Hey everyone, Ryan the Incoherent here, back with more Rome Total War Remastered. We're continuing our Germania campaign with the first actual battle against Gaul, which is going to be, it seems like, a relatively one-sided siege. Let's get on with it.
That smell is the enemy. That's what fear does to weaklings. Shall we show them what swords can do to their skulls?
Dude, I think they know what swords do to skulls. It's probably why they've shit themselves. Also, that implication wasn't as subtle as the game likes to think it is. What's that battle cry again? What is this sound supposed to be? Yeah, it was them trying to say ram. I never would have guessed. Okay. Alright, I'm going to be doing the same thing I pretty much always do in sieges, which is just running my skirmishers up to the wall to make sure that nobody actually does anything to my... Not does anything to my ram, but... So I'm doing the same thing I always do in sieges, which is I send whatever unit to carry the ram forward, my ranged units to make sure that nothing comes to the gate to defend it, and then I start moving my other units around so that they can actually, you know, do something once the walls are down. In this case, it looks like they have one warband anchored to the center, but the other warband and the cavalry look like they're willing to move around the city and try to stop me, which is really good news for me, because if all of this just stayed in the middle, this would be an awful, awful fight to win. I would lose just insane amounts of units. But as it stands, we're perfectly fine. I really wish I had archers instead of javelineers. You just have so little ammunition with javelin units.
Our warriors attack. Now is the time for your warriors have broken through the walls. Now attack. Show no mercy.
Yep. I mean, we've killed a solid 100 men with just the javelins. We are sadly out of javelins now, so let's get our people inside the gates and get into phalanx formation. It's really the only thing to do. And if they actually want to come, like, try to fight us about this, then that's all the better for us. Yeah, it looks like they actually are going to come try to fight us about this, which is very good for us. Because these actual warbands have almost no chance of dealing with the phalanx. And the general's unit is slowly but surely making its way into the city. Rather than having this get into phalanx formation, though, I'm going to have it start moving around. I'm actually going to have all of my cavalry start getting in the city, too. Yeah, they just routed immediately. This is not a thing that you can actually do. I'm going to put it on double time for a little bit. Well, triple time, rather. Because, you know, I'm just waiting for the AI to settle down. I'm just going to smash cut from what I told this cavalry to do to what it's actually doing. Because it really is astounding sometimes just how bad the pathfinding is in this game. Because it's not just the pathfinding, it's that the units aren't even attempting to do what I'm telling them to. And things like this. This unit just decided that it was going to be in a different shape than the one I told it to. As did this one. I'm not sure what's going on with my units as Germania, because I don't remember this happening so much as Rome. Alright, so now that my units are mostly fresh, I'm going to start using my barbarian cavalry to see if I can't lure out the enemy general at all. Yeah, we can. Oh, they routed? You've barely been engaged in combat. Why would you rout? I mean, they're still doing exactly what I was going to do with them. I'm just very confused and upset about it now. I mean, yeah, that's what's supposed to happen when you just full charge into a phalanx. So let's just speed this up a bit, because, I mean, not a lot to think about here.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the same way.
Right, looks like we've gotten their attention. And let's see if he's stupid enough to just charge straight into our units. It's looking like he is. Maybe? I thought he was starting back, but... Yeah? Jesus Christ, this AI leaves something to be desired, doesn't it? Is this one the general? No, it's just a random guy. So the general's engaged in the spear wall somewhere, and it looks like he is here. As deep in as it gets. And this should be the death of their general.
Enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the
What is with the physics in the general death cutscenes? They're all so broken. Alright, time to slowly encircle the capital now. Or the hill, rather. Actually, as I recall, originally one of these units wasn't anchored, but I think it probably is anchored now that there's only 2 left. I should definitely test that, though. Alright, this is as close as you can reasonably get to them, and they don't seem particularly interested. Well, I got them to reposition. I didn't get them to leave, though. That'll be fine. I wasn't expecting to get them off the square, I was just hoping I could. Now it looks like I've surrounded them with the intent of actually charging in, but I have no such desires. Instead, what I want to do is just strangle them with phalanxes. Oh man, pathfinding, why? Okay, they're going for the other phalanx anyway, so it's fine. And these guys are just leaving this battlefield. They're out. They're going home. They're getting out of town before this ends badly. Alright, I'm going to have them break phalanx and run over. Please? Because if I don't, it looks like they could have some spill over here, and it's just much better to have a phalanx on this flank than nothing. And, yeah. This is just the plan. This is what we're going to do. Move my barbarian cavalry here to try to cover that flank a little bit better. Do something largely similar with my screeching women here. I don't trust my screeching women at all. I'm going to move these skirmishers to this flank instead. So this is... this is what the fight's going to be. Just on triple speed. Guys, please, please. I know pathfinding is a complicated business, but you don't need to be there. It's fine. I probably don't need these skirmishers anyway, right? Look, just whatever you're doing, get out of there. You're not supposed to just leave. Just stop. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna triple speed this and watch and be amused as this happens. Because this is just sad. Just like... this doesn't feel like what I should be doing. It feels obviously wrong. But yeah. At this point, I'm going to tell my heavy cavalry to get in here and try to sort this out. Just because they're fresh, everyone else is exhausted. It'll minimize casualties. It's almost impossible for anyone to die importantly in that situation. And that is the most successful barbarian siege we've had so far, and it's also hilariously the first one that's against a real faction and not against a rebel. Now here I'm going to start enslaving because the amount of population I'm dealing with actually matters a lot more. And I could recruit Spear Warband if I stayed here for a turn and retrained 2 more warbands. Which sounds nice, but I'm not sure I actually have like the freedom to do such a thing. I think it's possible that I could go to war with Rome with this turn. But that might be biting off. I think it might be possible to like go to war this turn with Rome and take Segesta. But that might be biting off more than I can chew. I mean, I'm able to get here and siege Batavium this turn, so I have to try to do that, right? Let me make sure my army can actually keep up with me. They can't. Well, that makes this seem like a much worse plan, doesn't it? Can I get mercenaries instead? No.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do this turn.
Move out.
Mediolanum is completely fine at this tax rate, and in fact, it might even be able to go to very high. Nah, only high, but still, that's fine. Going to recruit a new spear warband, send this one back to the army. And I'm going to duck into the bushes up here.
Waiting to ambush.
And next turn I will lay siege to Batavium. Now here I should probably repair the fence at the very least. And I think I will build the shrine that gives you plus experience. The next level of this will allow me to build Naked Fanatics, and also will give me +2 experience to everyone I'm retraining for the War with Rome, which seems very valuable. And we had handled the rest of that turn last time, so now it's just time to see what happens in the interim. Everyone's coming to say hi to me. Seems nice. You trying to bribe me?
Think very carefully before you reply.
Yeah, how about I will offer to attack Gaul. I was going to give them an acceptor, we will attack right back, but I don't even see how to give that option. Like, alliance, attack faction, give region, single payment, regular tribute, map info. Attack faction, give region, single payment, regular tribute. Acceptor, we will attack is apparently not a thing I can do. But anyway, I will attack Gaul if you'll pay me.
We are not so easily fooled.
I'm currently at war with them. I'm the only person on the map at war with them. And what do you mean? You'd say that I attack your foes, but only... There are so many things wrong with this. So first, they don't believe I'll go to war with Gaul. I'm already at war with Gaul. Second, they say that I'll attack their foes, but Gaul is their ally. They have no reason to want me to do this to begin with. Anyway, I guess we're going for Britannia just as much as we're going for Gaul with that stack I've been assembling. What? Did Gaul just bribe this city? Because I built units there.
Yes. General.
Well, I mean, if you bribe a city but you don't send anyone back, that doesn't work. That's not how the game functions. Screeching women are pretty useless in city fights, so I'll just go take it back and enslave it again. Going to build the shrine to Woden again. It's weird. The repairs went through, but the shrine to Woden didn't. Maybe they repaired it when they had it for the rest of that turn. Settlement bribed. Well, the good news is that Gaul is out of money and they messed up. I want that man as far south as he goes, so I am going to briefly change Mediolanum to my capital and then accept him. So, it turns out if you do change your capital, it can sometimes kill the adoption candidate, but it's not 100% consistent. I wish I knew what the odds on that were so I could be like an informed decision on my part. Anyway, Julii and Carthage are at war, which means they just sent their army here to attack Sardinia. Which is great for me because it means they don't have a standing army anymore. And Gaul is the largest faction, not anymore, so I just took it back instantly. Okay.
Orders. Move.
So now I retrain units again. Oh, they all have experience that came here. So I'll build a unit of peasants. And have everyone here get the fuck out. At 45% getting a garrison, I'm sure they'll be just fine, but I'm sure someone has the movement points to check. Yeah. Guaranteed to be fine. We're going to start moving west. This city could theoretically get attacked relatively soon, because they could just be marching directly here. In which case, I need to actually build a wall, because they could come out of Fog of War and take the city in one turn. And rather than building peasants here, I will actually recruit another unit of spearmen, because I may very well need them.
General.
I wish I had 2 generals here, so I could split one down to Alesia and one north to Britannia. That's unfortunate. Going to make this my capital, since it's closer to the middle of my empire at this point. And you can see that some of my cities are not thrilled about this news. And I'm more willing to... Actually, let's make this my capital instead. Trier should be fine, and everyone else is unhappy, but they're gonna live, which is what matters. Now, previously I was going to attack Batavium. Knowing that Rome's army is right here, I'm really tempted to just drop this and go for the Julii instead. But I don't think I can. Like, I think they can build armies faster than I can do anything. They've got 3 warbands and a cavalry, which is a bit of a hassle, but definitely doable. Takes us 1 turn to build a single ram. It's a very tiny army. No mercs around. Going to start recruiting cavalry in both of these cities. Oh, for some reason I've just been a complete goof. I've been thinking that these were tier 3 cities. They're only tier 2. So I can't make tier 3 units here anyway. That'll still be fine though. I think the city I'm looking for is like here-ish. Yeah, it's right here. I can get 2 units of Illyrian mercenaries before I attack, so that's something, I guess. Let me tell you, I'm not feeling too strong economically. Oh, I completely forgot about this guy, apparently. Yeah, I probably should have talked to Scythia that turn, huh? Oh well, talk to him 2 turns from now. The weird thing is, I think attacking Rome in like 4 turns after fighting Gaul... Gaul, what are you doing? You need to defend your city. Anyway... If you take that, Dacia, I'm just going to dow you immediately. Alright, we're at war with Dacia now. Oh no. We're getting into the warmongering a lot faster. It took us several episodes with the Julii before we were at war with everyone. But I mean... You can't let them get away with that. This is clearly German land. So I'm going to hit Assault to see what they actually have and then withdraw immediately so they can think about it. Okay, they have a 1 unit of Hawksmen, 1 unit of Warband, and just a random general with 5 stars. So, you know, not nothing. I definitely can't play this badly. Meanwhile, this is happening. So... Alright, so I'm going to build a watchtower before I leave this area so that it can actually continue looking for troop movements from Britain and the area as well as Gaul. And Alesia is their capital, which I thought was down in here somewhere. Maybe there's a second city, or maybe that's Rome Total Realism, but either way, we're going to be laying siege to their capital shortly. War with Dacia. They bribed Mediolanum again? Can I hire a merc? Oh, I actually can't get it back this turn. That is incredibly upsetting. How does Gaul have this much money? Okay, I have to do something weird, I think. I'm going to have this cavalry step out of the battle. And now it's a reinforcement in the fight. So what I'll do when I attack is I'll wait for this to join, and then I'll send this to go attack Mediolanum again. Jesus. Wait. Oh, damn it. I am a big goober, and that is not how the game works. He would have to be next to the city to do it. I should have moved him up instead of left. I'm not sure if he would have still had the movement to get here, though, is the problem. So, oh well. Rather than having this unit in the fight, he's just taking the city back, again, and enslaving it, again. Gaul, stop bribing the city, you're not helping them. Anyway, now we're doing the Siege of Mediolanum, down a unit. I am a tactical mastermind, so let's fight a night battle. And the reason we're fighting a night battle this time is strictly because I can get the Night Fighter trait for a command star in future battles.
Battle is an easy thing. What's hard is the look on your woman's face when you are a weakling. But I see no one here who must worry about...
I hate the German speeches so much. The only thing I hate more than the German speeches is the German army. So, typical siege stuff is happening. I am moving my skirmishers up to throw javelins at anything trying to defend the walls. And I'm moving everyone in position to get through the gap because, yet again, this army has no ranged units of any description, so it's pretty straightforward what we need to do. And since they've got 2 units of warband standing perfectly on top of each other, I may as well take advantage of the opportunity. So this should be pretty damn bloody for them. This is not what you want to be doing as the defender. They're very rowdy. And now 23 of them are dead. Good yelling, though.
Now attack. Show no mercy.
Seeing as they're waiting around in range of skirmishers, I'm gonna just let the skirmisher warband empty their entire quiver. Now, they seem to think that they can defend the wall, so I'm just gonna remedy that illness by walking the ram down the wall. So, at this point, it's pretty straightforward that what I need to do is get this unit inside and put them in phalanx formation and bait the enemy into running into them. So, it's just a question of if they can actually do that in anything resembling a timely fashion due to pathfinding. And it looks like they've more or less got it, except for this guy. This guy is sincerely confused. Looks like our spears are going down and we'll be fine. And, I don't know if this general is actually going to get involved. It looks like he is. I may as well try to do this, right?
Our warriors have taken the walls. Now the streets will run with blood.
Yeah, this is very bad for Gaul. Their general's just like, yeah, fuck them. They probably didn't deserve to live. Luckily, my AI is pretty terrible at routing. Like, honestly, I can't imagine anything further from phalanx formation than what is currently happening right here. I mean, they appear to have killed a lot of them somehow. They're just corpses everywhere, and, well, apparently a lot of them are these men. How many of my men have died? Oh, no, they were already wounded. Good. Okay. So even though they utterly failed to do what I told them to, they did kill a massive number of people. I'm just going to take them out of phalanx formation while I try to get them to move. So yeah, this is the thing I was talking about in video 1, when I said that, phalanx is just absolutely crush when you're dealing with, what is that pathfinding? Where are you going? Like I was trying to say, phalanx is absolutely destroy rival barbarian nations, and this is why I believe that. It's just so easy to pin them and murder insane numbers of units. We've killed half their army, and the battle's only just begun. It looks like their general wants to come fight. I don't know why he's leaving the square in the way he is. I think it's just putting him in a different formation. A very bad formation, but a different one. Okay, so at this point, I've encircled the town square. I'm just waiting for all of my men to restore their fatigue. No point charging in winded when I could charge in fresh. Now then, the real question is whether or not I can get this to move in any meaningful way. And the answer is almost fucking certainly. Because, like, if I just charge into that, it's so bad for them. Even if they don't move, I'd consider that a winning situation, because it would just be a line of heavy cavalry charging a line of light cavalry that isn't actually charging back. Phalanx goes down because they're coming this way. That is better than I could ever have imagined. And Rome Total War just crashed. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, it's a meat grinder again. I thought I was going to miss them this time around, and I did not. Like, I don't remember this being how a phalanx worked in reality. Just like a tornado of people holding spears straight up, killing everyone they touch. So now the AI should, based on what I've been doing, I think, just run straight into my phalanxes and fucking murder themselves. That's them switching targets and attacking the phalanx, I think. Yep, that's exactly what that was. So how do you feel about this? Defeats a distinct possibility, you say? I mean, honestly, that's going a lot better for them than it has any right to be. I expected it to just completely disintegrate as soon as it hit the phalanx.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Hurry, move.
These both need to immediately sort themselves. This needs to happen, this needs to happen. This warband probably has to go over here. And this light cavalry should still be pretty weak, and honestly, yeah.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors.
No, he's dead. We already tried to play the cutscene a couple of times.
Same way. You have killed the enemy general.
Okay, we're slowly getting into the grind. I'm going to tell my phalanx now to advance on this warband, which somehow thinks it's winning. And I'm going to look forward to seeing what my phalanx tries to do when I tell it to attack somebody in the city hall. Not the city hall, but the town hill. Oh, it just puts away their shit entirely. No. Oh dear lord. Break phalanx, just get out of there. What on earth was that? Just going to manipulate this all the way around. I'm not going to send anyone else in here to die. What are you doing? What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Man. I think I'm gonna get deeply frustrated playing every phalanx faction. Like, they're incredibly strong, it's just that if there is a way to control them that doesn't feel terrible, I don't know what it is. They exhausted? I can probably save wounds by not going in. Alright, so I blow my horn first. I'm going to start the charge, blow my horn to make sure he doesn't actually get in there. And make this happen a lot safer.
This is a great victory. The cries of dying enemies.
Lost 100, killed 800. Seems good. Alright, let's hope God doesn't bribe Mediolanum for the 3rd turn in a row. Where the fuck are they getting this money from? Going to enslave, like I've been doing. Going to retrain everything I can and build another unit of spearmen. Yeah, I need infantry more than anything, because I've lost 2 units of infantry to bribes. Against all odds, Mediolanum can actually recruit something, so I'll hire an Axeman, which should increase the cost of bribing them. Oh wow, a lot of things just happened. He got Superior Commander, Shield Bearer, which is +1 to his experience, I think. Veteran Warrior, which is +1 command as well, and Slave Trader, which is useless to me. Alright, so my faction leader is starting to get a little bit threatening. Next turn, I guess I'm probably going to end up checking whether or not I can still do the thing where you surround a unit and kill it by placing something on every tile next to the unit and then walking on him, and since he has nowhere to retreat to, he just dies. Because I need to get rid of this fucking diplomat. It's a serious problem. So I'll be testing if I can do that relatively soon, I think. And the last thing to do on this turn before we try to handle any infrastructure we might be able to afford is our war with Dacia, because this is not actually their city. Get out of here. Ah, damn it. When I reloaded that fight, I forgot to try to use Night Battle. And this guy can't even try to use Night Battle because it's not good enough. So, let's try to do more or less the exact same thing we just did. He doesn't seem super interested in fighting me, which, like, I can't blame him. That's clearly the right call. Okay, so I successfully got their general to come out and play. Tell me that's not the general all the way in the back. Nope, random dude. My general is... he's somewhere in here. Drop the phalanx. This one probably wants to turn diagonally more than a little bit. And I am shocked that the AI consistently does this. Alright, this stop is them actually reassessing where they should be. I don't want fire at will on for this, because it's going to hit my units more than anything. What I actually want to do is to have my Illyrian mercenaries, which have relatively okay fighting stats for a ranged unit, to charge in. And I want my cavalry to charge the back. And what I'm trying to do is get numbers to be so overwhelmingly bad for this unit that they will end up fleeing because of panic. And I blow my horn, my general's right here, so that he won't end up in the melee. Fortunately, we didn't get the general, but we did get almost his whole unit. Okay, at this point, my units are finally back up to fresh. I'm going to start trying to move in to get my Peltast in range and draw them out to fight these spearmen. I mean, if they just want to run their cavalry in, yeah, I mean, 5 horsemen wasn't a lot, but no reason to throw it away like that.
Attack! Attack!
Okay, if I put them right here, is that in range? Oh, you're damn right it is. Now I'm going to run this around to the side. On the off chance that this pulls them this way instead of this way, I want to be able to just have my general distract them and buy time. So, let's see how this goes. That volley killed, you know, a decent number of people, 10, 15. And they're now charging out into my phalanxes just like we had hoped. So I will bring my commander around and get him back where he needs to be. Actually, I'm just going to move my commander onto the town square. I'm going to make them run back and forth. Oh, they all routed. You know, I thought this fight might actually be a little bit difficult. I was clearly worried about nothing.
This is a great victory.
We shall rule. Settlement captured.
And as always, I will be enslaving, though enslaving here doesn't say much. I can't recruit garrisons to leave behind, so guess I'll be leaving behind the mercenaries. So I think this is currently under siege by Dacia, since when I hover over it, I can see that little exclamation mark. Not 100% sure if that's what's happening, though. And I gained a slave trader, which is useless, but also +1 more command from that trait, so that's good. I believe that's it for this turn, so let's get on to the interim and see if Mediolanum gets bribed again. Every time, I just keep forgetting about the diplomat. Kind of busy warmongering and not thinking about it. Gaul is walking its best general away from its capital, which is fine by me. It looks like they just walked another general out of their capital.
Greetings.
I would like map information, and I would also like you to pay me, as always, 2,000 gold for the privilege of trading with me.
Would you consider?
That sounds fantastic. I can do without the 210. Okay, that's really nice, because that was going to be like the last chance they had to trade with me. Yeah, what I was saying, though, is that's probably the last time I have a chance to actually sell things to the Julii, since very shortly, I'm going to be at war with them. The Seleucids are getting dog-piled, and I'm the largest faction again. Now, my spy is just in this city, and I forgot about him, I think. My spy got bribed and ceased to exist. That blows. Well, only one thing to do. Let's take vengeance about it. And I don't think I need this mercenary. I mean, I don't need him, that's true, but there's no reason for me not to have him, is how I feel about it. Well, I don't need him this turn no matter what. So we get started on all of these rams. Yeah, I can just recruit over here. I didn't need to pay the upkeep this turn. Now, I'm going to stop here and drop a watchtower. And yeah, the Dacians are attacking. And it looks like the Dacians have substantially more men than I do, but they also don't have generals, which means in a field fight with phalanxes and a general, I should probably crush them. Now, the awkward thing is I don't have the units to garrison anything here, which makes it very, very hard to move against Rome. Move this unit to Trier, continue moving these other units down to Trier, and one last round of cavalry. I have 2 faction members down here now. And 2 horses. I'm going to send all of that, well, one of the horses, down towards the Italian peninsula, because we just need people down here. There's literally not enough population for us to build an army or a garrison and start moving against Rome, which is our main goal in this game. I wonder if I should have tried to go this way to attack whatever this worthless city here is. For another day, I guess. I can probably do it with... Actually, no. This man probably never goes left, huh? He's probably going into Dacia and conquering Dacia, which is not what I thought I was doing this game. At this point, I think I've got to accept that I'm making a lot more infrastructure than I thought I could. Because there just aren't enough mercenaries for me to spend my gold the way I want to. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to build shit tier roads in all of my land. Because, just Jesus, it takes way too long for anyone to get anywhere. I think I have literally no trading income at the moment. So you can now see that I'm building a terrible road in every single one of my cities, which is an awful use of 5,000 gold. You can actually see when I look at the buildings, the dirt road doesn't even give me any trade income, because even though it could give me trade income, there are no land routes anywhere in Germany, so I don't know how much money this is actually worth. Presumably, though, at some point they will pay for themselves, as well as just helping with troop movements, because this is unacceptable. This has to keep recruiting, I don't have a choice here. And I think I need more spearmen more than anything else. Now, Batavium doesn't have any people left in it either. Can only recruit about 2 more units before they're out as well. Going to recruit spearmen and Trier, because I just desperately need men. And I'm going to make nothing right now, but in the future I might be making a muster hall and Bada Vodorum? Who fucking knows how to say that? But I will be making it here so that I can start making units to fight Britannia eventually, because, I mean, they start with a stack and it's got to be going somewhere. And I'm going to be doing the same deal I keep offering everyone. Trade rights, map info for map info, and because I'm just such a good guy, throw in 2,000. They think that's very generous, so let's make it 3,000. I think I put it on my side by accident, yeah.
Would you consider...
Yeah, I mean, money is money. It's better than nothing, which is what a fair deal would look like. Now I'm going to start heading down to Macedon and Greece as my last 2 people I can reasonably make this deal with. And now I will end my turn. The real question is whether or not Rome is about to dow me. That is a big Gallic stack coming towards me. You trying to bribe me?
Think very carefully before you...
How about just please don't attack?
Think very carefully before...
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Next time.
Britannia is threatened to attack me twice. I don't think they realize how poor my land is. Economically, I really wouldn't notice. Also, Dacia just took its troops and walked away. This is not the start Dacia wanted. So Rome is moving this army around, but they're not moving it directly towards me, which is good. And now I have shitty little bridges in all my land. Should help move its speed quite a lot. Oh god, that's so much better. Make another unit of spearmen here, and the next turn I will use this stack moving south. Now, this army is, you know, something. Who knows? Okay. I've actually been recording for quite a while, so I'm going to end it here. After I make sure I don't have any meaningful notifications, Spain and Carthage are at war, end of turn stuff. I've finally built infrastructure. It took me 3 whole parts to get here, but we built roads and farms. Something useful happened in Germany. And I need to figure out how to convert this stack that's fighting Alesia into a stack that's fighting Rome. And I need to figure out whether or not this is coming to Rome or Dacia, but I have a lot of battles between me and that. So, this has been rather Incoherent. I hope you've liked the video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, it really helps me out. And I'll see you around.